Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do another Wilds of Eldraine Premier Draft. I still don't know how many more of these we're going to do, but I'm still enjoying the format. I hope you guys are too. And we got a draft table filled up here. I mean, I do still want to try some of the archetypes we haven't gotten to play yet. Like, we haven't been Boros or Azorius yet. Azorius being the tapper thing. I really want to try that one, especially like a deck we saw our opponent play last time with three of those, what was it, Thoughtbind clicks? The uncommon blue-white thing. We have a Gumdrop Poisoner for our rare. That is very easily going to be the pick. Definitely the best card in the pack. This can, you guys can read what it does. It makes a food at instant, and it's a 3/2 with lifelink for 3 mana, so that's already pretty good for limited. But when it ETBs, up to one target creature gets -X/-X, where X is the amount of life we gain this turn. So essentially we can crack the food, sack the food, so then for 5 mana you get a 3/2 with lifelink that kills something with 3 toughness or less. Other cards in the pack, the Belligerent of the Ball is fairly good for red. Pie Wielder, a Glutton. Other than that, this pack is, well, I mean, the Return Triumphant is pretty neat too. Yeah, easy Gumdrop Poisoner. Someone just passed us a Werefox Bodyguard. Well, that's going to be the pick. The only other black card in here is the Voracious Vermin, which I don't think we're going to pick over the Bodyguard. So someone took an uncommon over this. And it wasn't from the enchantment sheet. I wonder what was taken over this. I don't know. But yeah, it's the best card of the pack. Early on in the draft, we're still just going to take the best card. This does not mean we're necessarily white and black. Rest in Peace is not the type of card we want to be having here. Alright, Galvanic Giant. Well, we have Cooped Up. That's a solid removal spell. There's like very few ways to sacrifice creatures, especially creatures that aren't tokens in the set. So I think that's why these pacifism effects are a little bit better here. Not much else to say about the pack. There's also a quick study. Alright, now we've got Twisted Fealty. As a decent red card, a decent green card with royal treatment. But do I want to take a black card here? The Conceited Witch or the Shatter the Oath? That I don't know. I think any of... Well, maybe not the Shatter, because we can find Shatters later on. I think any of these 3 cards are reasonable picks. I'm going to take the Royal Treatment. I like the 1-mana protection spells. I've just always kind of been a fan of those. Oh, Restless Fortress. Okay, and a second Cooped Up. No other black cards in this pack, though, so that's interesting. But maybe we could splash the Gumdrop Poisoner with this? I'm going to take it. Glass Casket. Oh, and there's also Back for Seconds. That's a good one. I do really like Back for Seconds. But Glass Casket is another solid removal spell. Well, we know, we're pretty sure... Yeah, it's pretty clear white is decently open. I'm going to take the cheeky house mouse now. We don't know if we're going to be white-black necessarily. There's a Borrow Naughty. Other options in the pack, like the Griffin is okay. I don't know that we need those. Maybe I do take the Griffin. Borrow Naughty could help. Well, not so much in a white-black deck. We'll take the Griffin. Pick 9, Belligerent of the Bull came back. Return Triumphant came back. Both of those are... This has got to be a signal. Like, how did this card wheel? There was not that many good cards in this pack. I'm gonna take it. This might become a Boros deck. I'll take the 2-drop. We could definitely use more of those. And this is a 2-drop that can get played in whatever deck we end up making. Annoying Crescendo, sure. Yeah, once again, green just does not seem like it's happening. And flick a coin. Alright. And last pick, Sugar Rush. We have a Mythic to pick. Yeah, that's going to be the pick for the collection. I don't care if I collect all of the set or not, but while I'm doing drafts, I do want to try and get at least as many Mythics as possible. Virtue of Courage, this is somewhat playable, although somewhat unexciting. The enchantment side of it's not really going to do much, but it is a 2-mana Shock, which is a playable card in Limited. If this wasn't here and it was like some junk rare, I'd probably grab the Taken by Nightmares. Maybe... Oh, we didn't get a Return Triumphant. I could pick that, I guess. Raging Battle Mouse. Oh, hey, here's the blue-white Signpost uncommon. Oh, Battle Mouse, or we have a Torch the Tower. Gosh. I do want the Torch Tower. And I think it's better than the Battle Mouse. I don't take the Battle Mouse. Yeah, I'd say we're definitely in the right colors. Now, the Cursed Courtier can be a little risky in white-red, but Cut In is not risky at all. And it's completely reasonable to splash black for the Gumdrop Poisoner. Is it really? We'd have to do... Oh, Hopeful Vigil. That triggers our stuff. Our celebration. It's everything we want. I might not be splashing black. We do have Frantic Firebolt, which that's a reasonable card. Frolicking Familiar. That could almost be reasonable too, going for a potential blue splash. I'm going to take this. Because we can still play the red side just fine on its own. There's plenty of 1-drop creatures. I think we're going to cut the black stuff for now. Oh, and we have the Stockpiling Celebrant. We want to stockpile on those to go with our Hopeful Vigils. Maybe we'll get some more synergies with it as well. Another Flick the Coin. Oh, Flick a Coin can also help us splash, too, and make blue. Yeah. The Redcap Thief, while seemingly unexciting, does trigger Celebration on its own. So, single cards that can trigger Celebration are going to be good for this archetype. We've got the Battle Mouse, too, that cares about celebrating. Alright, well, here we have a Return Triumphant. which also triggers Celebration on its own. Picnic Ruiner is not a bad card, but not fully for red-white. A second Return Triumphant? I don't really need Break the Spell. We don't have any Princess Takes Flight yet. Okay, well now I can pick up a Break the Spell. That's a late Royal Treatment. Do people just not value these 1 mana things? I'm going to put it to the sideboard for now, because we don't have a reason to play it in the main deck yet. Alright, well I already have a Gnawing Crescendo. It's also a late Stab Wound. And actually, the Tempting Apple could be really good in this deck, too, with a Threaten effect. What do I have less of? This thing. Dark Tutelage, alright. And we get a really not good rare, but that's okay, because we have a 2-headed Hunter here. That is going to be... oh, there's a Torch the Tower. Again, I'm passing a Torch the Tower. To give a creature double strike, and then it's a 5 mana, 5/4 mana. I'm going to take the Torch Tower. I'm tired of not torching the towers that need to be torched. Alright, so we got Grabby Giant, and we have Flick a Coin. I'm going to take another Flick a Coin here. That can help with splashing. Witchstalker Frenzy. Now we're getting removal. We definitely want removal in our aggressive deck. Clear our opponent's creatures out of the way that are causing issues for us. Here's another single card that can trigger Celebration on its own. There's also the Minecart Daredevil, which isn't bad either. Oh, but I think I'm going to take the 4-drop. We have a lot of 3s. Yeah, we're going to have some cuts to make already. Who knows, maybe that Menace thing that grants double strike can end up wheeling. Tattered Ratter is not really for our deck. Tap a creature and put a stun counter and you get a thing. Or we can grab a Spear Guard or a Giant. I'm gonna take the Grabby Giant. I haven't played with this card yet. And here we're going to take the Minecart Daredevil. Moment of Valor wouldn't be bad, but I'm going to take the creature. Alright. I do kind of want a Bellowing Bruiser. Do we have... I don't think we have enough 2-drops, though. In our... We've got the Vigil, the Sage. Okay, now we've got 5, and we have the Cheeky House Mouse too, so yeah. I'm going to take the 2-drop there. Still not super excited about some of these. Okay, so we can House Mouse, or Armory Mice. I think I'll take the Haster guy. I like this guy. I like it better... I think I like it better than the Griffin. There's no way we can even bring the Griffin back, realistically. So yeah, I'll play the Adventure card over that. Remember when I talked about this thing potentially wheeling? Well, here we are. There's a Besotted Knight, too, which is a pretty decent white card. I notice we're not picking up a ton of white cards in this. I'll take the Tapper, because we don't have a lot of enchantments going to the graveyard. The Catapult, which I don't think we're playing. I don't think we're playing any of this stuff either. I'll take the 1-drop. Alright. So let's take a look at the mess we have. The pack 3 was kind of unexciting. Although I do think splashing these cards is not completely out of the question, even though we don't have fixing per se. We do have 2 Flick of Coins. We have a Grabby Giant. But I don't think we run the Familiar. I think if we're splashing, we're going to be splashing this stuff. I'm actually kind of fine with that splash. Okay. Cheeky House Mouse cooped up. Let's look at our creatures. This is going to lie a little bit because it's not going to count the Hopeful Vigil here. Return Triumphant is creatures with mana value 3 or less. Actually, there's a really cool combo with this and the Poisoner. So the Poisoner attacks, say something blocks it and it dies, you gain the lifelink, and then you return Triumphant on this. And since you gain the life, you get the ETB effect. I like the idea. Oh, this thing also gains life. Cool. Stockpiling Celebrant. We don't have a ton of cards that we want to return. I mean, I still don't think it's a bad card, even if it's just returning our 1 Hopeful Vigil or something. Could also return, like, our Glass Casket if we use it to exile a token, and then we can bring it back and then exile something else. So not completely unusable. Grand Ball Guest, Unassuming Sage. The Guard can be useful in this. I think out of the 2-drops, it's either the Bounty Lands Ranger or the Frostbridge Guard that gets cut. We have 47. I'm going to cut the Gnawing Crescendo. That's for sure a pretty easy cut. How many non-creatures do we have? 12? Well, I don't want to cut that many creatures. If I'm doing the Poisoner thing, I want the Flick of Coins. There's also synergy there with the Grabby Giant. Double Return Triumphants could be good, too. Virtue of Courage is really just a 2-mana shock, which I think is playable enough. Cut in Frenzy, Apple. I definitely want to be playing the Apple. Oh, and this also makes a treasure, yeah. Minecart, Daredevil. Like, I've had this thing be really mean to me, but I don't think this is the deck for it. Belligerent of the Ball, I like that. Oh, and Werefox Bodyguard can also exile a token. We can pick it back up with the Celebrant. So the Celebrant has a few things. We can also pick up Gumdrop Poisoner, do that whole thing again. Oh, we can pick up the Tempting Apple, and okay. We've got some We've got a handful of synergy pieces for it. I think we get rid of the... I don't think I'm really interested in tapping stuff to remove it. I think we're going to get rid of the Frostbridge Guard. We do have enough things that'll have 4 power or more. So I think we can keep the Boundary Lands Ranger. I kind of want to run both the Return Triumphants. But wow, cuts are not easy though. How many creatures do we have? 15 now, 16. I don't really want to cut any more creatures, so I'd have to cut non-creatures. So I have to cut 4 non-creatures. I just think this card is going to be not great to have in multiples at times. And I guess Virtue... There's kind of a way we can use the enchantment side with the Flick a Coin. That's a little... Yeah, we're going to cut it. I still have to cut 2 things. The food token this generates can also help trigger Celebration. Though I don't know, maybe we just get rid of the Gumdrop Poisoner and just try to be consistent and not splashing. This could help get in for like the final points of damage. Oh. I like the idea, but I feel like that's not really for an aggro deck. Then I can probably cut one of these. And cut that. 9/8 mana base. Alright. Let's do that. Our Foxy friend here is our star card. So yeah, kind of an aggro. We're going to try Boros. Boros aggro, no silly splashing, at least not right now. If we want, we can come back to this and try and put the splash back in. And we've got our first opponent, ABFP. Just checking on the recording here. That's why the sound went dark. Okay. I go first. Oh, yeah, sure. Let's get cheeky. There's a Dream Thief for our opponent. Belligerent of the Ball. That's a good thing to play here. Maybe I shouldn't have traded. I don't know. Otherwise the mouse was just going to sit there and... Okay, Barrow Naughty. A little bit too naughty. I can also sacrifice it to the Grabby Giant if that ever becomes a good idea. Next turn, I can trigger Celebration by playing this and paying 2. There could be a candy grapple here. That's not a candy grapple. So that triggers celebration. Attacking for 1, huh? I don't need to do anything about that. Now I could create the treasure and crack it right away and play the Grabby Giant, getting this stuff going. Getting celebration on this. I'm good with that. It seems a little bit roundabout, but it triggers celebration. There's a candy grapple. Kinda thought something like that might be happening. But I can just bring it right back. And it'll have a young hero roll token on it. I almost kind of want the sorcerer roll so I could start scrying. I can actually sack a land here if... Yeah, let's do that. Sack a land. Opponent draws a card. We're threatening 5 damage. The opponent's also stuck on 3 land. Well, now, found the 4th. Maybe I'm too trade happy right now for this. Back for a second. We were in trouble. Yeah, that's not good. I don't trust this. Not with Rat Out and Flick a Coin and that. There's Cut In. That'll do. And we do have some haste creatures in the deck, too. So opponent just playing blockers. We also have the Tempting Apple. We have a lot of, like, really good things to potentially draw here. Well, that's not favorable. Can I get the Tempting Apple? Can I get something besides lands? If I attack, I can just trade, and that's not helpful. Nice combo, opponent. No blocks again. We're not going to win this by chump blocking. Boundary Lands Guard. Boundary Lands Ranger Guard. Why did I not attack? What am I doing? I'm not going to win this by not attacking either. Twisted Fealty. I think we are dead now. Aren't we? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I do need to block. Never mind, I can't block. Alright, well I don't think splashing black is the right answer. We even sacrificed a land from the grabby giant. I think the only other thing we could do is add in a second flick a coin. Maybe just run 16 lands. Let's try it like that, because we have a few treasure makers. Kilowog 42. And we immediately get punished with no... Well, we took out a red source anyways. Yeah, this is good. It's good, but what do I get rid of? I'll be risky. Okay, well, we got a grabby giant. We have a torch the tower for their 2-drop. Yeah, just get rid of that. Candy Trail. Opponent hasn't played a land yet. Let's get the Haunted Pizza. Okay, there's the land. Well, that's not good. I'm gonna do this while they're tapped out. Knight of the Sweet's Revenge. Alright, well, it's not a land, but it does trigger celebration for us. Agatha's champion. It gets to fight. This is so bad. I mean, I can play Return Triumphant. have the double striking trick. I'm not gonna block. Oh gosh. I can't beat this stuff happening every turn. Yeah, this format feels very punishing when you try to play 16 land. Oh, hey, there we go. I mean, it's late. I kinda have to block. I don't like it. Because any trick here and we're just, yeah, we're just so dead lost. We're so far behind. When you get behind in this format, you just get run over. 2 flick of coins. That doesn't help. Interesting. Okay, well there's our opponent's board. Can't really do much though. I could be taking 5 here. Or trade with the grabby giant. All these options just seem so bad. If I still had Torch the Tower, that'd be great here in response. The Witchstalker Frenzy? Well, I got nothing. This also counts my opponent's attackers. Okay, let's go for it. -2, -2. Well, I can still give it double strike and it'll trade. It's not ideal, because I'm still taking a bunch of damage. I mean, I'm at 1 staring at, you know, 4 creatures. This isn't gonna work. No, not gonna work. And once again, Flick of Coins just was not that impressive. Yeah, punished for having to mulligan and going down on the land. Alright. Penny Wissy, 1439. We go first. Well, you know, we have two things we can play. On the play and taking a mulligan is generally a losing recipe in Limited. Oh, look at that. Start with the Grand Ballgast. Because I can play Raging Battle Mouse. I'm gonna... because I don't want that thing doing its stuff. That's gonna go away. This gives the thing +1/+1. There we go. Now we're being aggressive. Lord Skitter's Butcher. And give it to the Raging Battle Mouse, or I'll just swing for 4. Keep my mouse around a bit. Oh, that's rude. Making me discard my last 2 cards. Now flick a coin. Definitely don't need that after losing 2 cards. Okay. Edgewall Pack, that'll trigger Celebration. Now let's just trigger Celebration. Am I okay trading the mouse? I'm gonna say not yet. Well, actually, I'll offer the mouse like this. So we're keeping pressure up. Yep, this is fine. If my opponent tries it... oh, can't... because, yeah, it was just costing 1 less because of the thing. Alright. Decadent Rare Bomb. That's not good. Impact Tremors. That's not the card to be playing right now. Tempting Apple. That's not what we need. We need... do I need Celebration? Because that's 3, 6, 7. Not really. And if I play the Apple, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still only 7. No matter how we slice it. So let's just attack. And we'll just play out our Grabby Giant. Alright, I think we got this one, though. Because we're going to be asking our opponent a lot of questions. You already can't block enough, yeah. Alright, well, we finally got a win out of this deck. I don't think this deck is bad, we just had some bad luck with it. First game we flooded out, so we cut a land for a second, flick a coin. Then we got land screwed. Yeah, we'll keep this. Hello, opponent. And looks like we're back on the Flood. It's the Flood Plains. As not an invitation deck to draw more planes. When it attacks or blocks, or becomes blocked, blocks or becomes blocked, deals 1 damage. Well, that's annoying. We'll get our creature out here, though, right now. Because we can always Glass Casket it, then attack. Or Werefox Bodyguard it? But if they have interaction, we're just in massive trouble. Let's just chill for a minute. Grabby Giant. Alright. They have... What is this, Manland Tribal? What is our opponent playing? We got 4 different colors going on over there already. But has only cast red cards. Oh, that is fine, actually. Grabby Giant on deck. Mind if I, borrow this? Oh, and here's a Hopeful Vigil. So we trigger Celebration, get another creature. And I think what we do... Let's Glass Casket and just get this blocker out of the way. It's annoying for all of our creatures. Because next turn I can apple... I want you to tap out, play 1 big creature, I steal it with the apple, and smash you for a ton of damage. That is what happens in my ideal world. In their ideal world, they're going to go fetch a plains or something with this. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Frantic Firebolt. Okay, well that gets you your Grabby Giant back. Now don't kill my other stuff, no. That's too much removal, opponent. I can still take this anyways. No blocks. Oh, the High Fey Negotiator, that's a good one. Didn't get the Drain, it didn't get to bargain it, but still having issues here. Okay, so that's 9 damage. I'm going down to 6. Let's see if we can find something here. That is not good enough. I could double block this thing. That actually kills a land. Alright. Pick up the apple. Witchstalker Frenzy, okay. So now the opponent's got to be a little bit careful because they're effectively at 2 life with our apple. And we have a Witchstalker Frenzy, and they have 1 less land. Now this one's going to be close. Let's knock on the door. I'm not comfortable going to 1 because Flick a Coin is a card. I have a Witchstalker Frenzy. Let's do that. Because I can Frenzy away a blocker, and I'll still have enough mana to use the apple. Opponent's thinking, so it's not an easy decision. Just play 1 creature and don't kill my creature. And make sure your creature can die to 5 damage. No, don't. That's not what we're doing. Opponent, I said that's not what we're doing. Kind of need that to not happen. So would I have won if I just not traded my 3/2? Alright. No, I would have died. So that answers that. Let's see, we have things that can make them lose life, so let's do this right now. Cheeky House Mouse is not quite what I want. I mean, this thing can't attack now. He used his Flick a Coin. Can't attack unless you have removal, but you do... I mean, threaten effects are good. Oh, that was quite disappointing. What did we get? Our 1/3. Wow, that was really disappointing. You know, after the 11th draft, I was actually at a profit for gems in this, and now I'm not. I was at a profit of like 150 gems. And now I'm in the hole 1250. But, I mean, at least we did get a mythic out of this deal. We got a couple nice rares. Maybe I should have splashed for these. I don't know. Splashing potential was there with the Flick of Coins and that. And I feel like this deck didn't quite come together the way I would have liked. I got a couple rares that were just a little bit mediocre. Grabby Giant was cool. I mean, most cards were okay. We ran into some bad luck the first couple games, too, so there was that to contend with. But yeah, that is how things go sometimes. Guess I used up a lot of my luck earlier. Well, I guess for now, I'll take my leave.